All right, people of the greater metro Atlanta area, I want you to listen up and pay attention to this video because it's all about a problem that you might likely be facing at your own home or residence. And that problem is drainage. This house behind me has just been relieved of all of their drainage problems that they have had on their property. A few weeks ago, this job had nothing but mud on it. It was just complete mud. There was a hole in the center of the yard, not a huge hole, but just more of a depression that held a ton of water. And we went in, and I'm sort of showcasing this project for a specific reason because it includes several different components of drainage, not just one approach. There are multiple ways to approach the solutions for drainage problems. And one of those ways is regrading the yard. And we look for spots where gravity can take over. How can we take water from a low point, turn it into a high point, and move it to generally another low point? Can we do that through general grading, allowing the water to disperse itself over on top of the surface of the grass? If it's a heavier water flow, you might want to consider a drain box. An example of that is right here. This is a subsurface drain. So this drain box in the yard is 12 inches by 12 inches. It's pitched, so all the areas around it can collect water into this drain box, and it's taken by a 4-inch PVC pipe underground to another drain box that's also been pitched so it can pick up water from this location. Into that, we tied in this downspout that is close by. So we took this downspout, tied that into this system, and we're allowing this whole system to discharge about halfway down the property where it can safely make a very good angle to the street and get off of the property. That wasn't the exact same case that we had on the opposite side. Originally, we intended for all this water to come down, but and again, this project has new sod on it. It's a little darker in some areas because we've had a lot of rain and we're getting ready to roll it for the last time to get it really, really flat. So what happens here from this mid-center of the yard, this drain, from this point moving to the right is now a French drain system. And some of you you've heard me use the term subsurface drain, which is a solid drain. It collects water from the surface, takes it below the ground in a solid pipe. Water can't come into that pipe, can't leave that pipe until it hits air, until it's discharged somewhere. In a French drain system, it works a little opposite. That pipe has perforations or holes in it. And what the water can do is groundwater that gets real heavy, and that's what happens in this area. That's where you see these darker spots. These are signs of groundwater. So we've done this after a heavy rain, so some of that groundwater is still filtering into the pipe, and we've been walking on it a lot. So what happens is now this will absorb groundwater, and I'm testing the system as we speak. I'm running a hose into one of the drain boxes, making sure the French drain and everything is flowing in the direction as it should. There's a French drain rolling between here and that fence gate, taking water out this direction of the property. Now, once we get beyond this fence, this is where it's going to get interesting. I'm going to show you something. Oh, by the way, this pipe here also is connected into this new system as well. So that downspout's taking. Once we come here, we come around to this side. Now I'm standing in this corner. And what I have in this corner is really, really cool. This is a sump system. Now, because if you look behind me here, everything right here goes uphill. Where's the water going to go? I mean, this is one of the lowest points in the yard. In fact, when we came here, we observed it. This whole area around me, you couldn't even walk without rain boots that were up to halfway up your calf because it was just surrounded in water. This sump system serves two purposes. It's a sump in one case where the basin is solid. You allow the pipes that I just showed you to come into this system. So I've got one pipe coming from the backyard. Remember on the other side of this, those backyard pump systems, there are those backyard drainage systems, the French drain and the surface drains are coming in this side. Behind me, we have another downspout on the edge, front corner of this house. We've dug a French drain along the property footing, and we've drilled holes in this drain basin. So what we did is we took a basin that was originally designed to collect piped water. By drilling holes in it and surrounding it with gravel, we've turned the basin itself into a French drain system. So all the water that collects here will absorb down, go into the holes, and inside this basin is a pump. And that pump is a 3rd horsepower pump. And some people might say, oh, that doesn't sound like enough. It's plenty. I've been out here testing it for the last 2 hours. And what happens with that 3rd horsepower pump is it pumps water uphill through a 2-inch pipe. I can use a much smaller diameter pipe now to bring it up to the front of the street, and hopefully we'll get a chance here to see. I think this thing is running or just got done. Yeah, it just got done running. You can see the water just got done flowing downhill. You see this water flowing? So it's not running anymore, but a minute ago it was discharging. And when it discharges, water is going to shoot out of here and into the street where it belongs. So we're getting all of that water from the backyard out. We're going to come in today and reform all the concrete around it and cut this 2-inch pipe perfectly clean to the face of the concrete. We'll put on the new curbing needed for it. So we'll just make this look like a real clean discharge area. And it will be. So this is going to be awesome. When this thing works, it's just incredible. So there are... All right, let's see if I can magically make this pump work. On the count of 3, I want water to come out. So let's see if a little Sarros Landscaping magic can make that happen. 1. You guys ready? 2. Here we go. Count of 3, water's gonna come out. Let's go. 3. Okay, check that out. That wasn't very long, but that was enough to drain that basin. So that's the second time it's come on from just running that garden hose in about 15-20 minutes. So you can imagine when it rains a lot, that's going to put out a ton of water. But guys, this sump system is done. Outside of rolling the lawn, which we're going to do today, I probably won't be here to video that, but it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about how this system works. We're able to correct a problem, do something even more dramatic and cool with it. So that's fixing a complex drainage problem. As I started the video, if you are in the greater metro Atlanta area, my guess is you have some sort of drainage problem or drainage situation on your property that you might like to address, be it downspouts or low spots in your yard, or pets that have just torn up a yard, or a shady part of your yard that won't grow vegetation anymore, and now when it rains it just becomes a big muddy mess. That's where Sarros Landscaping comes in. That's where we can help you solve and fix these problems. Come in, let us fix your drainage problems. You might be asking yourself, well, you know what? I have that on my spring to-do list. And I'll tell you this as an answer. Everyone has that on their spring to-do list. In fact, spring is the busiest time of year. From about the 2nd or 3rd week of February all the way through November, we get slammed. We stay so busy, we are sometimes booking 6 and even up to 8 weeks out on new projects. The best time of year to handle these types of projects, especially these drainage projects where we can be in and out in sometimes 1, 2, maybe at most 3 days, they go pretty quickly, is now in January and early February. So give us a call today, 678-201-5409. And let us know how we can help you. We'll come out, we'll give you a free estimate, we'll let you know what it's going to take to fix it, and let the professionals handle it. By the way, we guarantee all of our work, and we want to make sure that you're going to be happy with the project. Oh, water spitting out of my drain again. I love it when it happens. So I just love watching these drainage cures come together, because we give life back to your yard. We give life back to your lawn. You can finally come out here and enjoy it. So if that's something that you want to do, give us a call. Sarros Landscaping, your drainage professionals. Thanks, everybody.